What's up, guys? It's Mitchell or Deity, and today we are getting into part 7 of the new player guide. So as you see here, I did a bunch of things. I did clear a bunch of chapter 2, and I went and did a bunch of Moonlight Theater. So doing Moonlight Theater allows you to get to your second Moonlight character faster. And we're going to go ahead and do some summons now to start out the video. So this video is going to contain a ton of information. It's probably the day with the most things I'm going to have you do. Different things. We're working on expeditions. I will make a list. This video probably won't come out the day I'm recording this portion. Probably come out tomorrow, but I'm going to make a list of all the things that are covered in this video. So one thing is day 7. This is one big day. You are going to come in, you're going to claim all this stuff. If you have not done Automaton Tower level 5, you need to do that just to finish up these challenges. So you need to make sure these challenges are done within the first, I think, 10 or 14 days of playing. Once you do that, you'll go ahead and get your first free 5-star. I'm so glad we got Taeyu. This character is amazingly bad. So now, once we clear out of this and go back in, we actually are starting the Arky Special Operation event. This event gives unbelievably good gear to all new players for free. It gives a billion charms. It gives the amount of charms it gives like 7,000 conquest points, so you can buy a ton of gear. I do have a cheat code for doing the arena fights. I will teach you guys that. But one of the biggest things that this gives you, like, all of the pieces are insane and all new players get this for free. Existing players will not get this. So if you're a returning player, you will not see this gear, which sucks. So a lot of time it's better just to make a new account. That way you don't make any mistakes going through the game. You use your resources properly and you're in a position where you can get all this new stuff and have a just better overall account. Losing out on, say, if you have like one good character on the old account, one good character, I don't think equals the amount of things that you would get from doing things correctly and not wasting materials. But this rage set is better than any rage set I have on my main account after playing for 5 years. I might have 1 or 2 pieces better than this, but these are 6 pieces that are basically perfect. They're just not max rolled, but if they roll decent at all, you'll never need to farm rage gear in the game again. So this is very, very big for new players. Now we're going to get into the summoning portion of this video, though. So we also on 7-day check-in, we got crowd. That's actually not bad for guild wars. This artifact is not very good. I might make an artifact tier list. Artifact tier list is one of the hardest things to make. I won't lie. Everybody uses artifacts differently. It's not easy to do. But we're going to go ahead. I'm going to pray we get some kind of ML5 here. So I'm going to start with, anytime you have Moonlight summons and you're about to do Mystic summons, always start with the Moonlight summons, because if you do happen to get New Moon Luna or whatever characters on this banner, then you don't use your Mystic summons. The worst thing you could do is go and use your Mystic summons and then accidentally summon them here right after, and you just wasted your Mystic pools, basically. So here we go. What do we have? We have a Wanda. Nice. We got, what do we want 4-star wise on new account? No assassin. There's no assassin 4-star we want. Yeah, we don't care. Ooh, should I share this to Facebook, actually? We could share it to Facebook. 3-star. Unless it sparks. No assassin that we're going to want. We want tank. If anything, we want to see a 3-star tank, and that is Arrowwell. That's a 4-star. Please spark. Bunny? No. There's no mage we want either. Gosh, my luck on this account is abysmal. Okay, let's try to turn it around, and we're going to do our Mystic summons. So ML Luna is definitely worth getting if you are in starting the game at this time. If you're watching the guide later, you'll have to decide from watching other videos, going into Discord, whatever, if that character is going to be worth it or not to pull. But for right now, New Moon Luna is 1000% worth it to pull. If you're a new player, you might not be able to utilize her to her full ability right away. But if you do get her, you will be able to use her later, and she is insane. Lilibet. Okay, thank goodness we didn't lose a 50-50. What's the artifact for this week? It's Shepherd. I wouldn't mind getting a Shepherd, actually. The artifact for this rotation is pretty decent. But all of these Mystic summons were gotten from doing the Moonlight Theater. You get 60 summons from Moonlight Theater by itself, which is crazy. And then you get some from Abyss. I think you get 1,000 from Abyss, so that's another 40 summons. So you, as a new player, you get, it's around 140 within the first little bit, forward in ML5, or Mystics. I think in the first month of playing, you could full pity a character if you do everything. It would take you 1 month and you could full pity. Also, and you that are typing in chat, I cannot see chat right now. Just give me a second. Taiga Hells, yes, this is a good week to summon because if you get Taiga Hells, that's good. That's my first Taiga Hells. Man, this account luck is trash. I did all my daily summons without a single 5-star artifact or hero. All right, there's our summons. So we did not get anything. Hopefully the luck on this account, if you guys have pulled a single 5-star, you're doing better than me. I haven't pulled a single 5-star yet. Well, actually, I think I did get one from elemental summons. Hold on. This is the most unlucky guide account I've ever done. Did I pull a 5-star? No, I haven't even pulled a 5-star off elemental bookmarks yet. I haven't pulled anything. All right, one cool thing though that I'm going to teach you guys is, I've already kind of showed this, but whenever you memory imprint a character up to SSS, never mind, I tried. When you memory imprint characters up to SSS, you do get bookmark refunds for every so many that you do. So make sure you're going in and feeding your characters into each other still. When you do Mystic summons, you're going to get a bunch of duplicate 3-star characters of the same type. So you do get a bunch of early game bookmarks this way. I don't have any. I guess I could maybe do Kyrus. Is she SS too? I hate this game. All right, well, I'm going to go more into different things in the guide. I just wanted to have the beginning of this an opening summoning thing just for fun. We do still have a ton of Mystic summons we're going to get that we're going to do, but I will put the infographic up right now. That's going to be everything covered in this video, and I will see you all whenever I figure out what the first part's going to be. All right, peace out. Okay, so for day 7, the first thing I want to go over is going to be a daily routine. So this is the best thing you can do every day. I'm just going to list out all the things. So go in. The first thing that you can do every single day, obviously, is your guild stuff. Okay, so come into your guild, check in, do all your normal guild stuff, donate, do your guild war attacks. Even if you lose, it doesn't matter. Make sure you're doing your weekly missions and all of this, okay? So this is also going to be a weekly thing as well. So now in your shop, you are going to want to go to the member shop. Always buy the Mologora. Always buy anything that costs just Brave Crest, basically. So buy your 3 Catalyst boxes every week, and then buy this blue box every week with the Brave Crest, the yellow currency. Okay, so this is your guild every single week. Make sure you do that minimum, but keep doing your guild wars. Buy the artifacts as you need them. And just if you're ever curious what artifact to buy, just save up until you know, even if you have enough. Also, make sure you request aid every day. Okay, so that is the first step. Do your normal daily guild stuff. So from doing the normal daily guild stuff, you'll also have the battlefield. You have the world boss. Make sure you do your world boss every day. And then that's it for guild. So guild's pretty quick and easy. Now, the second thing is obviously reputation. You want to come in and do your reputation every day. Make sure you do your dailies. And then on Sunday, make sure your weeklies are done. These add up a lot. These could be a lot of Moonlight 5-stars that you could pull. Okay, so make sure you do all these. So just do the missions and make sure this is capped out. Super quick and easy. Next up, you have your shop. So in the shop, you want to make sure to grab this every day. This is every single day you can grab that for free. And then next up, you want to make sure you go down to friendship and buy your energy every day from this. Okay? Now, one other thing you can do is in your Conquest Point shop, make sure to buy the Mologora every single week. And you can buy this every single day. So depending on how far you are in the game, if there's gear you want to buy, you're saving up to, you don't have to buy this every day, but say there's no gear you want to buy your energy every single day. Good habit to get into. And it will, 120 energy a day is a lot over a month. That is like $40 of stamina, or I think more. I think it's a lot of money of stamina if you were to buy packs. So now once all that's done, this is a weekly thing that you'll do, and it is transmit stones. So you want to go in here and buy this out every single week that you can. If you're ever low on transmit stones, once you get further into the game, you'll never be low on transmit stones. It's fine. The beginning of the game, you might have to be kind of picky and choosy as to what you buy, but the Mologoras are always the #1 thing to buy. The blue box is up there, and then the artifact charms obviously are way up there. The accessory charms are up there. As a new player, you need infinite accessory charms, but you want to buy this out every single week. So you are going to need a ton of ego fragments. Okay, so that is that step. Next up, there is the ability to watch ads. You can get 100 energy. This is extra. You cannot do this on iPhone. This is Android only. That's why I use an emulator. I don't have an Android phone. So emulator link in the description. I use LD Player 9. So if you are not able to do this, I highly suggest playing this game on emulator anyway. But you want to go and click on the events tab and then scroll all the way down to the bottom and watch an energy to acquire. You can watch 5 ads for a total of 100 energy every single day. So that's 3,000 stamina a month, 3,100, whatever. It's a lot of stamina. 3,000 stamina, I think, is equivalent to $30 if you buy leaf packs. So this is $30 of stamina you can earn for free every single day. Now, the next step thing is going to be collect your web event. You want to make sure you do your web event every single day. This type of event resets every 2 weeks, I believe, and you can claim all your rewards, but this is 200 energy per day, and then these are a bunch of extra rewards per day you can get, and then you also have the gifts, so the more you do, the more extra stuff you get. So that is another thing to make sure to do every day. Now, there are just 2 more important things that I want to show. Well, obviously, do your summons every day. Do your pet summon, okay? And then do your daily summon. I mean, that's probably the first thing anyone who's new to the game is logging and doing, so they just come in, immediately grab their summons, but that is a normal thing to do every day. Then obviously Sanctuary, go ahead and go through here, claim all of this every single day. One other weekly thing that you want to do is your charms. These are going to be something I'm going to be covering the next couple days of the guide. You'll want to trade in for these every single week. It resets on Monday, okay? So we'll go over that, but these charms are very, very important. And also make sure you collect all this stuff. And from there, make sure that you have your missions going. Okay, so you have your dispatch mission. Always make sure those are going. Next up, we're going to go ahead and look at Arena. So Arena, every week Arena resets. And you get Sky Stones depending on your rank. So at the end of every week, try to make sure you're as high as you can be in Arena. And then at the beginning of the week, you go in and you can get Sky Stones accordingly. The higher you are, the higher tier you are, the higher the amount of Sky Stones you get back at the end of the week. So that is on your best source of free Sky Stones comes from that, from your Arena. Now, 2 more things I want to show. If you go to Battle, there are a few things within here. I am going to go over Hall of Trials. They did just completely update this. But another thing is your Automaton Tower. This resets every 2 weeks. So Automaton Tower, you want to make sure you full clear it every 2 weeks. Make sure to watch for that timer that it has on there. So there's 4 days left of the cycle. Expeditions are a monthly thing. We are going to go over expeditions. I'll show you how to do all of that. I'll show you how to do like the easy parts at the beginning or later in this video. But expeditions are another important thing. Next up, Labyrinth. Okay, every day for Labyrinth, something I want you to get used to doing. It's very important. You want to go into Labyrinth, and this will not cost a ticket. So just go into the first floor of Labyrinth and then teleport back here. You can do this on any stage that has the Hoochie shop. You might have to do 1 fight. This is random. If you don't have to do a fight when you go and do this, that means you'll never have to do a fight doing it. But either way, it takes like 2 seconds. So now once you get to the shop here, you're going to click it and you're going to buy any charms and catalysts. Sometimes he sells bookmarks. Buy any of those every day. Once you have bought them, you right click up in the upper right hand corner and you yield. That will not burn your currency. So if you see, we still have 5 currency left. Now, there is one other shop you can check. The other shop is going to be down here. Go to Adventure. This shop, I never check. It gets annoying to do, especially as you're going through Adventure. It does get annoying, but it is really nice if you can get in the habit of doing it. You need to go to Area 3 in Britannia, okay? So Area 3 in Britannia, and then you're going to go to 3-4. Okay, some of you guys may have saw this shop as you were playing through. Most of you probably missed it, but this is another shop just like the one that we were just at. So as you're going through, you see he's right here. So you go up and he's right in this area, the Vagrant Merchant. So here he will also sell charms. These charms are a little bit expensive. Oh my gosh, this is huge. This is why you do it right here. 2 red charms, that's huge for progression. So if you check this every day, if you get red charms, especially right side necklace and ring charms, it's so nice. That's the only thing you buy from this guy though. Do not buy any of the gear. I don't know if he still sells gear or not, but he used to sell super overpriced gear. Never buy that. It's unbelievably overpriced. But the charms are what you're looking for in both Hoochie and the Vagrant shop. Okay, so that is the normal daily routine to get into. As long as you do that, then obviously burn all your stamina. If there are buff events or anything coming up, you can save your currency up here and not go and use it right away. So you can just save all your currency in your mailbox if you would like. And then that way you don't use up, or you can use it for, say, double AP or whatever, or 50% AP, whatever. Hump buff, you can get extra materials. But the bad thing is this energy only stays for 7 days. So you need to watch this. I just spend it as I get it personally, and then I save my leaves. for events is how I do everything. But as a new player, you don't really need to mess with this at all. Just go ahead and start grabbing all your stuff. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I don't think saving for web events or for buff event weekends is a big deal for the first month you play. After the first month, maybe you can start trying to be more conscious about it. But for right now, just spend your energy. Just keep progressing. As long as you're progressing, you're going to be happy with the game. So that is the normal daily and weekly and kind of monthly routine. I will go over expeditions. That's the only thing I didn't really touch on. But otherwise, it's just guild wars. Make sure you do your arena. All of that. Make sure you do your hollow trials, which we'll go over. But all those little tips I just showed you, those of you that can do the merchants, that's the biggest takeaway from this, is go and do the merchants every day. You over a month period of doing that every day, the amount of charms you get will be substantial. You will definitely see an improvement. So obviously there's a couple other things. Make sure you do burn your labyrinth entries and always be at 4 out of 5 at the end of each day. As you're progressing, keep going through Malakish's Consciousness. Most of you guys, if you're following this guide, you might be to Nixie's Sanctum right now, maybe a little bit further. But Malakish's Consciousness, clear all Nixie's Sanctum, and then go into this. And then we'll worry about raid later. But Malakish's Consciousness gear is really good to get if your goal is to get into PvP especially. The gear sets here will help you round out a few builds. So that's it. There's nothing really else that we need to worry about. That is the normal routine. So I'm going to go ahead, go finish a couple things, and then come back. One of the main things I want you guys to make sure you have done is that you're working on this hunt challenge here. This is the main thing I need to work on. I'm a little behind on it. So make sure you get Vivian unlocked. So go ahead and do Banshee 7 20 times or higher, unlock 10 of the gold, or the gold look catalyst, and then 8 spirit blooms. So make sure you do this, and then I will come back and we will start with a lot of parts of this episode of the guide, but we'll start cranking through them. So I will be back in a minute. Okay, so hopefully you guys have gotten to the point where you have gotten your Vivian unlocked. So go to ongoing challenges, make sure that you have done this. Also, along the way, you're going to be completing a bunch of Archie special operations. So with completing Archie special operations, you are going to start getting these rewards. These rewards are insane. This is 3, by the way, this is 3 epic equipment charm chests greater. These are big. These are the big ones. Okay, you get a ton of charms to upgrade your gear going through this. So that's completing Rift or Hunt. So Hunt, we're not going to be touching Rift yet. All right, then completing Spirit Altar, you're going to be getting these. Completing Adventure, Side Story, any of those things are going to be giving you Catalyst chests to upgrade your characters. And then doing Arena is going to be giving Conquest points. Every time you finish one of these, you're going to be getting more points toward getting this gear. This gear is insane. This is like the perfect gear you would, as an in-game player, like we dream that they would give us this stuff, but in-game players didn't get this. This is new player exclusive. And you're also going to be getting this. You're going to be getting some bookmarks. All of these rewards are insane. So you want to continually be doing things to continue to progress this. Okay. But make sure you've gotten Vivian. So you need to go in, do all the missions. So clear Banshee 7 20 times or higher. Obtain Cold Looks times 10 and acquire Epic Spirit Blooms. Okay. So finish all those. I just did Banshee 7 20 times and you get Vivian. Vivian is going to be used in multiple different kinds of content that we will be doing. We only need to 5-star her for now. If you want to 6-star her, you can. As you see, we get 6 more Daydream Jokers, and this also opens up another batch of quests so we can get another HP set. And if you guys have any gear that dropped from doing your hunts or anything, keep anything that's T85 or above for now until you understand the gearing more. Anything that's T70 or below you can sell. So if any of you guys have this extra gear right now, then you can go ahead and I'm going to show you one thing real quick. This is a bad habit to get into, but for the beginning of the game, I'm just going to show you guys. You can take a piece of gear. So this gear is not something I'd upgrade. But if you're still curious on upgrading gear and all that, you can click this button right here, and you actually have an extra storage equipment. So if you click at the upper right-hand corner, you see this. It brings you here. You have 200 extra spaces here, and you can upgrade this, and you can upgrade your inventory. So within here, you can go ahead and put anything you're unsure of right now that's T85 or above. If it dropped from Hunt and needs to be T85, don't keep any blue pieces. This would be for purple and red pieces. Okay, you will never need to upgrade blues or anything that is below that if it's dropped from Hunt. These other pieces that are red that comes from, say, drops and events and stuff, just go ahead and keep it for now. There's a good chance we'll use it, but this is a way if you need some extra inventory space and management, you can go ahead and move gear into there. Okay, so now that we've gotten Vivian, let's go ahead and the Daydream Joker artifact, I'm going to go ahead and have you guys feed any copies that you have. So you have your 3 ones that are locked, go ahead and feed the new ones you got into this. And from here, it doesn't really matter. Having 3 max Daydream Jokers is basically enough. You don't even have to level them past, I would say, put 1 up to like level 21, 24. The other 2, leave it plus 15, that's fine. But again, try to make sure you have an Ascending Axe, or Exorcist Tonfa, sorry. 1 Exorcist Tonfa is good to keep. Other than that, your things do not matter a whole lot. So what I always do is come in and I auto-select all the 3 stars. You can keep your 4 stars for now. Just keep your 3 stars pretty cleaned up. So you can keep your 4 stars. Those are the only 2 artifacts I'm going to have you guys worry about. Getting this powder is really, really good because you can trade in for artifacts that you want. Okay, so now we've done that, let's go ahead and go to our Green Vivian. Green Vivian, the next thing I'm going to have you guys do is level her up to 50 and do her awakening. So go ahead and lock her and then level her up a little bit. So as you see, we're out of penguins, but we do have a ton of stigma, so we can go in and start trading stigma in for penguins. Level her up to 60, do her awakenings. And then I'm going to show you the next thing to do. We won't be using Vivian just yet, but go ahead and get her ready. We're going to be using her on Abyss Stage 63. Abyss Stage 63, a ton of new players have issues with it. So I figured this was going to be the easiest solution that I could help you guys get through that. Because we're going to be using Vivian again anyway. So level 50 Vivian will clear Abyss Stage 63. So do not worry. So go ahead and get her up to level 50 and fully boost her. Now, the other things I want you to be working on right now. One thing we're going to be doing is Ras Specialty Change. I will deep dive into Ras Specialty Change here shortly. But the first specialty change we're going to do is we're going to go down and click on Ras, click Start Specialty Change Quest, and start it. So once you do this, you have a story, and then it will give you a batch of missions that you need to do. Okay, it'll do a little cutscene. I'll skip it for the sake of the video. But if you go to details now, it's going to give you a list of challenges that you need to complete. So you need to gift 6 Dreamtime circuits. So you're going to need to give these to him. You need to eliminate 500 unknowns. I actually have to go figure out what stage you farm for this. Normally, I just click go, and I farm whatever stage it has me go to, personally. But there is a stage in Unrecorded History that you can do to farm this. So personally, I would just go here and farm this, and you would be done pretty fast. If you want to min-max, you can go to the other stage. Comment down below in case I forget to add it to the video what the stage is. But personally, I just come here and farm this, and it clears. You finish it. It does take a little bit. It takes like probably an hour of farming, but you have to clear 500. So that's, well, actually, isn't this a boss stage? Okay, well, it doesn't show the boss, so maybe you don't have to fight the boss, because I think this was a Foster stage. All right, well, I'm pretty sure that's what I do. I'll let you guys know. I didn't think too far ahead on that, but you go and start working on the Ras thingies whenever you complete a couple of the other things I show you. So next up, you want to be finishing Adventurer's Path. So as you see, you need to clear Wyvern 10 times or higher. If you haven't done this, you need to put your gear back on Wyvern. And then you actually need to farm while your gear is on Wyvern. Just go to Wyvern 11 for this, and you need to clear it 30 times or higher. So scroll over and make sure you finish this. Once you have finished this, you can move your gear back to your story clearing team. So we've already cleared story 2. We're going to be working on story 3, but make sure you have finished this. So the next challenge, though, that it's going to be giving us is to do expeditions. So clear expedition 2 times. We're going to go into expeditions, and I'm going to explain this a little bit. We're not going to be making teams or anything yet. We will work on that later. So now skip the tutorial. So if you go into your expedition depot, you want to clear this out every month. And is the premium supply pass worth it? I do not suggest free-to-play players to buy this. This is 1,500. The rewards are good, but for a free-to-play player, 1,500 Skystones is a lot, and this is monthly. So per year, you're looking at almost 20,000 Skystones if you were to buy this every month. Now, maybe if there's a month that you want to buy it, you can see you get extra manifestation stones, you get extra, these are worth a lot, you get extra Mologoras, and then you get extra reforged materials, and then you get a couple extra gold transmits. So those are rewards for it. A new player isn't going to see a ton of difference buying this. Old players, the Mologora is a big deal for us. So buying it as an older player is a little bit better, but for new players, I don't personally buy it even on my main account. That's just too expensive. 1,500 a month it's a big price tag. So that'll just answer that question. But you get points for just beating expedition, so you need to clear, I think it's 6 or 8 of these. So you should have at least one wanted poster. Just take a level 1 And then you're going to take your story clearing team. Once you have moved your gear off your Wyvern team, if you had to farm Wyvern for this, go put your gear back on your story clearing team, your Tamarin, your Wyvern front tank, or Raz, and then your Spectre Tenebra, and then your Free Spirit area. Once you have your gear on that, you'll just go in, and you should be able to get enough points on auto. If you preferably you soul burn your Spectre Tenebra, but you should be able to get enough points on auto that you can clear this. Tamarin doesn't really help with this stage at all, but depending on when you start the guide, this is on a rotation as to which are on here. So you see this is light, dark, and water. Sometimes it's going to be water, grass, and dark. It changes every single month or every other month. So just know you're not going to have the same ones. That's why this part of the guide's really hard. I'm just trying to get you guys to the point where you can clear this. Yes, we will be going and making expedition teams. But just for right now, clear level 1s. I am going to show you how to join other people's once I do go do that, because my gear's on my Wyvern team because I had to go do all that. But I'll show you how to go in and do that at the next part of the guide. But right now, what I want you to be doing is making sure you finish all that, get your get at least one expedition ticket. Hopefully, you get multiple. I got light, which is the hardest expedition actually. So what I'm going to do now is move my gear back on my Wyvern team. I'm going to come back. We're going to do that. I'm going to level up my Vivian while I'm gone and finish a couple things. I'll show you guys. I'll look at the Raz. I need to figure out what stage to farm Raz on. And then I will be back. We'll show that stuff. And then I'll go over the last couple things. And I'm going to tell you what we're going to be accomplishing tomorrow. All right. Okay, so now that your gear is back on your Spectre Tenebra and your story clearing team, so Free Spirit area, my Spectre Tenebra. So if you were following this guide, this piece of gear right here came from the arena. Okay, so the arena battle pass, I got this from the arena battle pass. You can just have an attack sword. You don't always have to do the crit set and everything. This came from buying the from the store in the arena shop. Okay, so you could just have 6 pieces of attack set on her. Her crit chance isn't gonna matter. I mean, the higher it is, the better. But don't feel like you have to have the same gear as I do. You can just have the 6 pieces of attack set, I think, that I had in last video. And then your Tamarin, this is the gear, not leveled up really, but I did 6-star Tamarin. Okay, so our 4th 6-star, I went ahead and did Tamarin. I think if you guys do Tamarin, it'll be fine. So now, what's working on Raz specialty change? The missions that I was talking about, you need to do unrecorded history stage 7. Okay, so unrecorded history stage 7 is the stage. Now, we need to go into expedition. I'm going to show you how to do this real quick. So we have opened up our own expedition. You should have gotten one card for this at this point. So we're going to go into free entry, and I'm going to go ahead and slap my team on. Okay, this isn't a good team. This is just a team to try to get as many points as we can at the very beginning. So let's go ahead and go in. Each different expedition is obviously different. The mechanics are always going to be different. Level 1s are usually super easy. Level 3s is what you want to farm as quickly as we could possibly get there. But for right now, it's fine. We should be able to get enough points within this with the team I just showed you here. We are going to take a ton of damage right here, but we have our healing on our Angelica, so it should be fine. Depending on which thing you got, it's obviously going to be different. You guys will be fighting different things. I only had light, so, but just, it'll be the same. Don't worry. It'll all end up the same. So your goal, I think, is to get 150,000 points. I'm just going to manual it because we are going to want to soul burn here. So just do as much damage as we can. I'll go ahead and use my heal. So as you see in this one, whenever you try to use your effects that give other characters effects, they don't work. I'll have a full guide on this. Don't worry, it's coming. But whenever you use any effect that gives all characters, it'll actually only give the character that you are currently using. This is the hardest one to get, though. Okay, so you don't want to use your souls whenever you're in barrier phase. If you did get this one, all the other ones, there is no barrier phase. You're going to be fine. Not really going to matter at all how you do things. So you only have so much time before. So for this, I'm going to save my defense break until we get out of the barrier in case I do land it. He's about to take his turn, so the barrier will go away. I'm going to go ahead and transform Tamarin. But as you see, Tamarin, normally when you click skill 3, it would give attack buff to everybody else. But if you look here, it only gives attack buff to her, which sucks. So saving our souls, saving everything. And now he'll attack us. This will do a bunch of damage. And then now we're back into regular. And then we have our Tamarin. We get a dual attack here, which will give us quite a bit of damage. And then we have to hope that this skill 3 2-turn defense breaks. Okay. If we don't, we got it. Okay, we might have been in trouble. So now he'll attack. We take a ton of damage again, but now we can soul burn, and this will do 17k, and then we'll go ahead and S3, and we should get around 100k right here. Hopefully we beat this, because this is the hardest one. If I can do this one, we should be completely fine. So I'm going to go ahead and heal her, and I'm going to go ahead and get a dual attack while I have the defense break. My Tamarin might die, but it's okay. So whenever you do hit the boss, the reason, as you see, I'm healing. You're always going to heal in that point. So now we're going to try to get the last 15,000. If you do fail on the first one to get the points, then you can enter these again and try it again until you do achieve that. So don't worry. If you have a run that, say, your free spirit chariot doesn't defense break the boss, you'll be fine. But again, if you're on any one that isn't this one, you're probably going to have a super, super easy time. I'm actually glad I got the hardest one because it lets me show you. All right, so this is possibly going to kill my Tyria. Oh, we barely lived. Okay, so see, if I click that on her, you can't heal. That's a funny part here. You cannot land the heal. So now that we have Tamarin transformed again, though, I'm going to go ahead and just click skill 1 because you saw clicking the other skill didn't do anything. That puts us at 145, and then now we should be good. So I think you just need 150k. We'll check after this. But the reason I'm staying in here is because I want to show you. So we definitely die here. Spectenny didn't die, though. But as you see, he goes into Berserk mode. So you only have so much time to deal damage before the fight just will auto-end itself. So we're going to hope for the best here. We are at 180,000. I'm really hoping you don't have to get 200k. Pretty sure it's not 200k for level 1s. All right, and the reason we're aiming for those points, though, is once we get out of here, we can see that you can now do open recruitment. As long as you achieve, I think it's 150,000 on the fight. The other ones with this team, you're going to score way higher, but you're going to be able to click open recruitment. So once you click open recruitment, that invites everybody in your server to be able to accomplish it. So now that we've done this, we're going to go to open recruitment and we're going to go to level 1. So as you see, you can enter someone else's expedition. And this is the way, all right, well, the boss sometimes gets defeated whenever you get in there. Okay, but this is the best way to complete these challenges, and you will have to do a bunch of expeditions. Okay, so you have to complete 6 of them for the Adventurer's Path. Once you do 6 of them, just hold off on doing expos for right now. If it's the end of the month, you can do some to get some of those rewards, because it's going to take a few days before we get back to actually building real expedition teams. But it's up to you, depending on how you want to do it. Right now that I'm recording this, it's not even the middle of the month yet, so you have all month long to accomplish this. So whenever you come in here, you just let your team auto go. Yes, you can back out right away, but the problem with backing out right away is if everybody does that, then nobody is going to ever beat the boss. So my suggestion is come into these, at least let your team auto. Even if you score low, at least you're contributing a little bit. So don't be a what is the word? A mooch? And try to just capitalize off other people doing all the work. At least do some damage, okay? There are a lot of people that will just do 0 damage to it, and it's a bit annoying. But we'll go in here, let this run, and then this is what you'll do to finish the Adventurer's Path missions for the expeditions, okay? Whichever one you got, it doesn't matter. You're eventually going to be in here and do this every single month. It's one of the more annoying things. They have done some quality of life things to make it easier, but it's still not the most fun content in the world. I'm actually going to soul burn here just to get the most amount of damage I can for all the other guys helping out with this. So this might actually kill it. But that is how you're going to accomplish this portion of Adventurer's Path. Okay, so there it is dead. So just come in, grab the ones that are already open. Sometimes you won't find any. Okay, sometimes you won't find any. If that's the case, then you come in, you go to open recruitment, see there are none, click refresh, and you might be in trouble, okay? So there are none right now. So you just have to keep going in and click refresh. Hopefully you got more than 1 expedition posters. So maybe you could come in here, see if this one's good to go, click refresh. If it's not there, come to this one, go to recruitment. Sometimes your guild will be doing them if you can do some of your guild ones. I don't like inviting only the guild. You do get bonus points, but the times that these fail because your guild members don't help you is really high. So I just suggest everybody do open recruitment. It's going to make your life way easier. You won't have any waste resource this way. So once you finish a mission, you'll go here. You do get rewards. These are reforged materials. And then you get points. So as you see, we completed 1, so we got 100 points. So there's some charms. And then as you get more points, you unlock more and more stuff. And these rewards are all really good. It's really good to do this every single month. But we're just doing the bare minimum of this right now. And then we'll come back and I'll teach you guys how to properly do it and set up teams. So that is how you're going to accomplish that. Going here now, you see we need to clear Expedition 2 times. So the one that I put up for everybody should be cleared in a second. But then you're just going to keep going through this. And then we need to use 300 Wisdom Gazes, okay? So the 300 Wisdom Gazes. Those of you that started the guide while Hall of Trials was down were not able to buy these. So locked after acquiring a piece of exclusive equipment. Okay? So we couldn't even go into Hall of Trials, but now we can. So let's go ahead and go into battle and go to Hall of Trials. So Hall of Trials, go in with your story team for your first clear of it. Okay? As a new player, you're not going to be able to really do much with Hall of Trials. Do not go to challenge mode. If you're a newer player, that is a terrible idea. Okay, it doesn't matter your score in this really for the first few weeks of playing it. Just make sure you do it. So just go in, start it, do your fight, let it auto. You'll score 400 to a million, probably 400,000 to a million points. Once you do that, don't worry about the rankings or anything. You're not going to have the ML5s yet to worry about the new content that's out on the game or whatever. But now we're going to go into the exchange. So within the exchange, the first thing we want to do is get Sigret EE. Okay. So you will have these points. You get these points for doing the hunt challenges. And then now that we've done that, we're going to be aiming for, if you look here, there are 3 different types. The one we're looking for on Cigarette is after using Smash, the health condition to activate Sever, extra attack to 75%. That's the one we're looking for. Okay, so we'll buy a few of them and hope for the best. As you see, the stats are random. So we got one, but it's only 10%, but that's fine. That's all we need for right now. Now, the next one, you guys saw we needed Furious. Furious had an EE as well. So Furious is EE. This one, I don't think matters that much. As like restricts the target for 2 turns when using Fatal Bullet, 75% decreased hit chance. All of these are good. The Fatal Bullet's the most, it's the most consistent one, I guess, because I think you can land Restrict on Wyvern. But I'm just going to do whatever one and see how it is. So Quick Draw Burn chance, that's probably the worst one. And I'll go ahead and buy another one. And then Quick Draw Burn, the same thing. And then that's the same thing. And then that's the same thing. And then sure, we'll do this one. Okay. So you do get a lot of these. If you're curious and run out, this is a way that you can get more of them. You go to Hunt Expert Challenge. You go to right side Awakening. As you awaken your characters, there's 100 more that we're going to get right there. So you get 300 per hunt challenge. So bounce them between your hunt challenges and grab some more if you need more. But yeah, they're annoying. All right, there's one other thing you can do. If you do buy a bunch of them and you are not getting the perfect one that you want, you can come in here and you can go to exclusive equipment, and then you can actually craft the exact one you want. So you go and say we want Cigarettes 1 max. So we go in and click Cigarettes ones, and we'll click all of these ones. And it looks like I need one more actually. Okay, but then you can go in here, you click on whichever one you want. So you click on this third option, and once you craft it, it will give you a max version of that. So there's one other one that I'm going to go ahead and grab real quick. Let me grab the extra 100 here. And then we're going to go and get the one for Free Spirit Tyria. So we go to Exchange, and then we go to Warrior and Free Spirit Tyria. So actually, those of you watching the guide now, Free Spirit Tyria is going to be getting a buff. So if you're watching this guide a month from now, Free Spirit Tyria is going to be way better for going through story. So grants immunity all allies. This one's fine. It's not bad. So if you look here, you have the one that Dark Elemental heroes take more damage, dispels 1 buff when using Energy Wave, and grants immunity. Honestly, it doesn't matter. You just want one with so this one's what I'm going to take. It's max 14 attack. So you see you can get from 7 to 14. I'll just take the extra attack. The immunity's fine. Maybe that'll help me. The strip sometimes help you. The immunity sometimes help you. And the dark damage sometimes help you. So is there a best one for that? Maybe, but it doesn't really matter. So that gives me a bunch more damage. It's going to allow my Free Spirit Terrier to farm faster. So one thing is Free Spirit Terrier is squishy. We are going to be probably taking the gear that's on Free Spirit Terrier and putting it on Wyvern. And then as you are getting your gear from this event here, the Archy Special Operation, as you continually go and keep clearing more stuff, this speed set is super good. So you can start slowly replacing your Tyria gear with this, moving the Tyria gear down to a Wyvern unit, and you should be good to go. So now we have also worked on Vivian, okay? So Vivian is going to be for stage 63 of Abyss, okay? If you don't use her for that, it's going to be annoying, but Sylvan Stage Vivian also needs one of these EEs. The EE that we're going to be using for her, we're going to be using her to one-shot Zio, which is one of the bosses in this guide. So come over to her, and we are going to buy for her now. And we have one that increases 50% from using mana amplification. That's her skill 3. But the one we want is dispel 1 debuff from all allies when using the skill. So we go in here and buy this. And there it is. I got it. So if you did not get it, now you can take all the extra EEs and go and buy the specific one for her. Okay? So say that you didn't get the perfect one that you want, just go to the thing I just showed you, trade in, and make sure you get the skill 3. You have to click on it. Okay, but we did get the one we want, so we're good. That's all we care about. That is the EE for beating Zio, and also we're going to be using Cigarette for beating Zio, and it needs this EE. It needs the Sever Extra Attack. Okay, so we'll equip that, and then we'll go down. That one's already equipped. We'll go to Furious. We'll equip his. And then now we can go to Vivian and equip hers. So that's the first EE at the beginning of the game that you'll work on. You will need more EEs later, but just try to get those 4. Those are the important ones. And then again, be watching on your account for when you pull a Mui, okay? We got him finally. So keep doing your summons. If you guys are at a point, hopefully there's a banner that you can summon on. If you're watching at the time that I am, I just released a video on this, which characters to pull for. So I'm going to go ahead and do a few more summons on this while we talk for a second. And hopefully you get a Mui within this, or maybe you already got Mui on Tamarin. But if there are no good banners, just be patient. We're going to be working on our Wyvern team here shortly. Warrior. Nothing. Okay, 3-star that I don't have. Nice. Beginning of the game is very weird because you can't skip if you haven't gotten that character artifact yet. So whenever you're an in-game player, you usually know whenever it does that you're going to be getting a 5-star character because it's going to be the one you don't have. But I have gotten no 5-stars from this so far, which sucks. This account is overall very unlucky. Hopefully you guys are getting better luck than this account. This is probably the most unlucky guide account I've done so far. Just not saying a whole lot because people might argue this, that I've gotten lucky, but usually I get lucky on gear over characters. I do have a couple New Moon Luna pulls, so I'm going to go ahead and do those. And my game probably just froze. There we go. All right. So there we go. That is all done. The rotation this week is Euphine, but it does have Aureus on there. What's next week's rotation? Next week's rotation looks really bad. All right. So those are the main points of this guide. Go and do all of those things. The things we're going to be doing next is we are going to be clearing Golem and Banshee 13 to finish the challenges, okay? That is going to be in tomorrow's guide, okay? That will be tomorrow's guide. So we do need to clear Banshee all the way up to 13. We should be able to use our story clearing team for that and for the Golem one. I'm going to try it. If I have issues, then I will let you know and we'll change it. But the biggest thing is go and do this as far up as you can. So we can probably claim our second expedition now. Somebody probably finished it. Yep, they did. So we had enough people come in and finish it. So now, as you see, we got extra points. We can go ahead and grab more rewards from this. And then we'll back out. That will give us a bunch of things that we can claim from here. We'll see what the next mission is. So that's 11 things we just finished. Let's go ahead and receive all rewards. The next thing is going to be clear Expedition 4 times, so we need to go do 2 more of them. And it's clear Abyss 470. So I will show Abyss 463. So you look here, that's a ton of rewards. We just got 600 more of these to get more exclusive equipments. We got 50k stigma. We got some summons. We got a bunch of reforged materials, okay? If you're on the Wyvern portion as to what you can craft, I just did swords for mine, and we got a bunch more charms. I just did 10 swords, and like I said, sell all blue swords. So as you see here, I crafted 10 swords. Sell all your blue swords, and then I'm going to, your purple gear and red gear, if you're curious and still don't know what to do with it, like I said, you can throw it in the extra bin and upgrade it later once I go over gear to a better extent. But for right here, I'm going to go ahead and level up this while I'm in here. All right, go speed, crit chance, crit damage. Nice. That rolled pretty good. Okay, for a free piece of gear, it rolled pretty good. Take that all day. Didn't go to HP at all. Okay, so go and do 2 more expeditions like that. Just go to open recruitment and just do as much points as you can. And then start working on Abyss, okay? So the next thing I'm going to show is Abyss. Also, again, you start working on your Ras. This is something I'm going to do off the video, and we'll have them done by tomorrow. So you need 200 Greater Runes and Spirit Altar. That part's annoying. If it's a buff event while you're going to be farming them, that's good. Or you could try to use this item, you should have one of these sitting in your inventory. Hopefully you haven't used it. If you have, it's not a big deal, but this part does suck. But getting Ras especially changed up, we will be using him for some content as well. You have to do this if you want to one-shot Zeo with the team that I'll be using. So you do need to start working on your Ras. But the stage, again, for this is Unrecorded History Stage 7. Okay? So if you're going to be working on Ras, go to Unrecorded History, Adventure, and then go to Stage 7. And then you just farm that. The reason I didn't like farming Stage 7, I don't think it's suggested in the last guide, is because there is a boss here, and it's Spectre Tenebria, and it makes it farming really annoying. But this is the best stage that you can do for it. But again, personally, I just click go. I just click go, and I think it's faster to do it the other way. It's just a little less efficient. I think you'll get it done faster. So your choice on that. You can either do that stage, or you can come to Heroes. You can go to his thingy and click go, and you will get it done quicker. Okay. So I think there's more unknowns in the stage. I could be wrong, but this is how I always do it personally. Is go here. Okay, so that is Ras, work on Ras, but now we're to the point where we are going to do our Abyss. So go into Abyss and get to stage 63. Okay, take the story clearing team we already have, go in here. This boss isn't hard. I think the boss for 62 can be a little annoying. If it is, I will come in and show that part of the guide while I'm fighting it, but the next part of the guide is clear 63. And then tomorrow, I'm saving tomorrow, we're going to try to clear Golem and Banshee to get those free summons and all those rewards. And then also you could be starting on chapter 3. So this team right here, just bring it into chapter 3. Your Angelica is whoever your Wyvern front tank is. So if you're using Angelica, cool. If you're using anybody else, it doesn't matter. You could also use Ras instead of Angelica. But having double Soul Weaver, you pretty much never die. So double Soul Weaver is a really good combo to have. Whereas your Ras, once you specially change him and get your Ras properly finished, he may be better for this position because he gives defense buff. But until your Ras is done specially changing, probably just put your Wyvern front tank in as your regular front character for clearing story or Abyss or any content. Okay, so I will be back once we get to stage 63. I'll show you how to beat it, and that will be it for this video. All right. Okay, so I actually found out the stage I'm talking about is Abyss stage 62. It's not stage 63. So now go in your Vivian that you have just built up. Okay, go ahead and put her on Daydream Joker, okay? So this is the reason we're building her. It's going to make your life a lot easier. Now go ahead in and put your Spectre Tenebria gear on your Vivian, okay? So whatever gear on Spectre Tenebria at this point, go ahead and slap your gear in on it, okay? So once that is done, now you have a Vivian. Now you'll go in and you're good. It's already beaten, okay? So now what we're going to do is go ahead and click battle, and then we're going to click Abyss. And this stage, if you bring any characters that debuff, it's a bad thing, okay? So the thing is, actually Angelica can debuff on S1. If you're using other characters, they can also debuff. So this stage, the easiest thing to do is go in with this. If you want to take Ras and switch out for whatever your Wyvern front tank, so say you're using Crozet. If you're using Montmorency, I believe Montmorency S1 also sleeps, and I think he can be targeted by sleep. I'm not sure, but Montmorency, Angelica, any front tank, Rose is okay here. They can all debuff on their skill 1, so be careful on that. But you should just be able to go in, hit auto on this, and it should just clear it, no problem. Okay? So as long as you don't have any debuffs, you don't need to enhance Vivian's skills. Doing so, you'll do more damage, but we're not really going to be using Vivian, I don't think, outside of the one-shot, and then this right here too much. She is a good character. You can use her for other stuff, but personally, I think this should be enough to beat it. I will sit here and talk for a little bit. Just why not? So those of you guys watching the guide series, hopefully it's helping you. If there's anything you're getting stuck on, let me know. Again, the Discord, guys, the Discord's gaining like 600 or 60 people a day, I think, or more. Some days it's even more. But the more I know that you guys are struggling with, the more I can target videos and try to help you guys. So you can comment it on YouTube as well. It's harder for me to see YouTube content because I comments because I upload so many videos. The comments just get everywhere. So just be aware of that. Sometimes I don't see everything, but I know in my old guide series, this was a challenge that was, or a stage that was kind of challenging for people. So if any of your characters do die, obviously just restart, but you shouldn't be having too much issues either way. So see, Vivian is getting close to getting killed here. If she did die in this first wave, just restart it. It's fine. But besides that, I do stream. So I stream pretty much daily, sometimes twice a day. So the biggest way to know if I'm streaming, again, is the Discord. I ping everybody when I do go live. But if you follow my Twitch channel, sometimes you could catch me if you have questions. That way, that's the best way to get answers to your questions if you ask while I'm live, because I have to answer right then. Depending on your question, sometimes I'll just link you a video. But otherwise, that's a good way to get answers to anything you have. But otherwise, again, let me know so I can make videos for it. Usually just the best. So as you see here, Angelica, I don't know, what's her debuff on her skill 1? I know Crozet has attack down on a skill 1, so if you're using Crozet, you can accidentally attack down him, which sucks. But overall, this should clear it without too much issue. So eventually you'll kill the front little mobs. You also do have Archies for this stage. Past this stage, it's all pretty easy until you get to like around floor 80, I believe. So you see Vivian takes a decent amount of damage there. As long as Vivian doesn't get hard targeted, you should be fine. But that's the main thing I want to talk about. If there's any things that you guys are struggling with, please let me know. So from right here, we do want to kill little mobs that will take a lot of the RNG out of this. So the best thing you can do is whenever you have a downturn on your, say whoever your front tank is for Wyvern, you can go ahead and at that point, I'm just going to click Vivian. I don't know where her HP's at. She's already at max. It's fine. You can Archie in that portion instead. So you can use your Guardian, but make sure you do Archie for all of Abyss. It's going to make things way, way easier. She got double targeted. All right, she got double targeted there. That kind of hurts. Hopefully her healing will out-sustain this. Don't go for Vivian. Thank goodness. Okay, sometimes it'll go for Vivian. You'll have to restart. You could bring Ras in here too. So you could have your Wyvern front tank, your Tamarin, and your Ras. That is an option. But as you see, this has a 20% chance to stun. He can't be stunned, so it actually doesn't matter for this. That's really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and S2 here. And we are going to use one more Archie, and it'll kill the little mobs. We're going to use an Archie right now because we do not want our Vivian dying. I think there's one more mouse that's going to get a turn before her. So that kills all the little guys. Luckily, it says it didn't hit the Vivian. So Vivian will be squishy. If you can 6-star her if you really want to, if you are having a ton of trouble with the stage. As you see, we've already almost beat it. But whenever you bring Spectre Tibia or Tyria, they do debuff. So Tyria debuffs on multiple skills. Spectre Tibia debuffs every skill 1. And it is pretty annoying. So I'm just going to S1 from here. She gets more CR from S1s. And here, just go ahead. I guess I could S3 there, but we basically already beat it. So this is with no skill ups, no anything. Very, 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 very simple. I'll go ahead and click S2 here, I guess. Get attack buff. We could get a dual attack there, but I'm going to go ahead and click S3 just to have the barrier on Vivian. It'll help us out a little bit. Click S1. Almost done with it. I think 63 can be a little annoying too, but it's not too bad. So Abyss, I think 63 is the one with Reflect, and then you just have to time or target your attacks properly. But 63 can be cleared the same strategy of bringing 2 really bulky characters and then just using Archies. So you just build up your souls, and then over time you just Archie it as you build souls because the boss won't be able to kill you because you do or it does like no damage to you. But the Reflect damage is what's killing your damage dealers on 63. I'll make sure 63 is the one after this. But from here, guys, the guide is going to be pretty straightforward. It's just be clearing your hunt challenges. So we're going to go beat Golem. We're going to beat Banshee. Okay, and then from there, we're going to go clear Chapter 3 as fast as we can. And then after we clear Chapter 3, it's going to be setting... Once you clear Chapter 3, it's going to be setting up a lot of your teams for PvE. And it's going to be clearing Chapter 4. Okay, it's pretty streamlined from here. You guys have most of the characters the game gives you for free. We're going to be utilizing these at the lowest cost we possibly can so that after we get through a little bit more, you guys can start personalizing your accounts. And yes, I am telling you to use certain characters just because it makes it easier to make a guide for. I mean, okay, this isn't the stage either. I don't know what the stage is. There's one stage with Turn Guard. Maybe I already beat it on auto. I don't think that stage usually is much of a problem. But it can be annoying. But stage 62 is the main thing that people say is really hard. So there's your guide for that. That's it for this video, though. We're done. The next things to be working on, work on Rat Specialty Change. Get your main core story team as leveled and boosted up as possible. So Spectre Tibra, as you see, we do need to work on her. We're going to do that real quick as I'm doing final thoughts of the video. I've been putting on Daydream Joker to clear through story. And That's usually the safest thing to suggest for you guys. Put her on Daydream Joker and just keep pushing story and any other content that you would need her or the highest damage dealer in that you could possibly get. So early game, I am going to be making a couple of videos over the next few days about Moonlight Blessing. So those of you guys that did unlock your next Moonlight Blessing, I will have a video on that going over who all you can pick and why. I am going to cover it in the guide, but I'm going to do a separate video on it as well. Just deep dive into it. The guide portion will be short. The other portion will be longer, obviously, so I can give more details, just have a specific video for it. I'm also going to talk about Selective Summon 1 because Arbiter Villager just got a buff. Spectre Tibra is still the pick, so all of you that are worried about that, she's still better. But let's go ahead and work on our Spectre Tibra for her Awakening. So we can do our last Awakening right now, and that is Effectiveness, but you do get flat stats too. The Effectiveness on her isn't really that important. It's kind of nice for PvE. Sometimes it'll help you land your debuffs. But now that we did all that, the next thing is we want to do some skill enhancements. We do want to plus 15 our Spectre Tibra. So what I'm going to do is her skill 2 is really good. All her skills are really good. So you're going to plus 15 her. I'm not going to have you sit and try to figure out what's the most min-max thing we can do at the current moment. So just go in and plus 15 her. Once you do this, you'll see the damage difference in her. It's insane. That she does so much damage. She's going to be your highest damage you could get. So I am going to go ahead. I do need to get, what is this? 9 Ring of Glories and then 1 more Fuse Nerve. So you get 1 billion boxes now. You're to the point where you can get 1 billion boxes. I'm going to go ahead and just buy 9 of these and buy 1 of the other one. You will get a ton of these boxes, guys. So do not be scared to spend them right now. It's fine as long as you're spending them on the progression, like what I'm doing. It's fine if you're spending them to level up your other random characters that you'll eventually use. It's probably still fine, but you might run out of resources to do the things that we need to do. Okay, to clear up to unlocking. The main reason we're doing everything this way is to get you everything unlocked as cheaply as possible, so then you can take over and do your own thing to clear it. Okay, but getting everything unlocked is the most important part. Once you have everything unlocked and feel confident to go into it, that's way different than just going into the game, clicking random stuff and hoping for the best, which is the old way of playing E7. I think that's what everybody did. So Tamarin, you can boost her up too if you'd like. I'll probably end up doing the extra speed, having a little bit more bulk on her. But from here, that's what you got to do, okay? So again, go into this. You can do your Expedition. You can enhance. Obviously, I need to do 2 more Expeditions. Clear Floor 70 in Abyss, and purchase Book of Memories. Okay, so once we get to the point of Book of Memories, that's the one I'm going to have you guys do as of right now. I will let you know if anything changes. I don't think it will. The Book of Memories doesn't really matter too much. Okay, but the one I'm going to have you guys unlock, you get a free thing to unlock it, so don't spend your things on it. Just wait, you'll get a free thing to unlock it. I think it's this one. It's the one with Nostalgic Music Box. This artifact's just always annoying and good. It's good for PvP. It can be decent in PvE too. But otherwise, none of this gear or anything from these side events has been good so far. In the future, maybe next year, we'll have more of these events that have some better gear and things on it. But for right now, in my opinion, the best one to do is the Nostalgic Music Box. So this Fairy Tale for a Snowy Day is what will unlock. Okay, so that's it for this part of the guide. I was going to cover more in it, but I think this is already a long enough video. Tomorrow, though, I'm going to start working on tomorrow's video right now. Hopefully, I get it done, and it's just up tomorrow. I'm sorry for being a little bit late on this. I have so much that I got to do right now. I'm trying to keep up. E7's got a bunch of new content coming out, so I'm trying to not just do new player stuff, but also old player stuff. So I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. But hopefully this gives you the guidance as to what to work on next, and I will see you all in part 8 of the new player guide. Peace out.